Okay, let's start. Let me mute. Can you all mute um your microphone? Please mute your microphone. Okay. Um, okay, let's start. So I am Professor Paul Hiranio. I am a faculty member of I am an English professor at the University of San Agustin from Iloilo City. Um, I finished my bachelor's degree in secondary education major in English in 2000. That was like 22 years ago at um, at West Visayas State University here in Iloilo. And I studied my master's degree in education major in English as a second language in UP. So I finished my master's degree in UP. And I have been a lecturer for almost 10 years now. Okay, let's start. I'm still waiting for another participant. Okay, question number one. Are you holding your material now? I hope you have answered the material and we will check the same as we go along. Okay? Please check your answers as we go along. There are 50 items. The passing score is 25. Okay? The passing score is 25. Let's start. Question number one. The answer is already there. English is an East Germanic language. B, a West Germanic language. C, a North Germanic language. D, a South Germanic language. Okay? I'm sorry, the answer is already there. The correct answer is letter B, a West Germanic language. Who got the right answer? Kindly tell us if your answer is correct. Please use the chat box. Who got the right answer? English is a West Germanic language. Please type. Okay. Please type if tell us if your answer is correct. The correct answer is letter B. Okay? English, yes. Rika, letter B, a West Germanic language. Now, I have some questions for you. So, ang Germanic language po, ang West Germanic language is a member of what bigger language family? What branch? Okay, I'm sorry. Germanic language is a branch of what bigger language family? Ano po? What is your answer? Ang West Germanic language ay England. Some answer. How about others? Kindly write your answer in the chat box. Ang West Germanic language ay miyembro ng isang bigger language family. Ano po ang tawag sa language family na ito? Kung saan part ang West Germanic language? Okay. How about others? Are you still there? Okay, the correct answer is Indo-European language. It's Indo-European. I will type. Indo-European language. Okay? Ang West Germanic language ay kasapi or miyembro ng Indo-European language. Okay? Now, there are three or four languages that belong to the West Germanic language. Can you guess what these languages are? Ano po ang mga languages na nabilong sa West Germanic language? Can you type your answer? Miss Emeline, are you still there? Miss Rika? Patrice? Miss Jennifer? Ano pong languages? Old English? There are three or four. There are three or four languages that are part of the West Germanic language. Okay? Okay. I will give you the, okay? So here, there are three. Okay? What are the three West Germanic languages? We have English, we have German, and we have Dutch. English, German, and Dutch. So these are the three West Germanic languages. And of the three, ano po ang pinaka-popular? Ano po ang pinaka-popular of the three languages? If you want to answer, please unmute your microphone and say it orally. Jennifer, are you there? Please unmute your microphone. Of the three West Germanic languages, ano po ang pinaka-popular? Jennifer. Jennifer, are you there? Can you hear me? Miss Emeline, of the three West Germanic languages, ano po ang pinaka-popular? Miss Emeline, please unmute your microphone. Hello, can you hear me? Can you still hear me? English, okay. English is the most popular, correct. Okay. Now let's go to question number 2. What is the other name of the regulation function of communication? A, control function, B, legal function, C, linguistic function, D, information function. Okay, please type your answer in the chat box. I will give the answer a little bit later. What is the other name of the regulation function of communication? Okay, A, control function, B, legal function, C, linguistic function, D, information function. Emeline said, Rika said control function, Patrice, information, Jennifer, B, legal function. Okay, so the correct answer is control function. Okay, the regulation function is also called the control function of communication. The correct answer is letter A. Okay, so when does this happen? Ang control function, when does this happen? If language is used to influence others, okay? If you want others to do things for you, right? For example, open the door. You know, when you say open the door, you control the other person. You want the person to do something for you. That is control function. Close your mouth, open your eyes. You know? These are some examples of the control function of communication. Usually, when you say control function, may pinapagawa ka. Okay? May pinapagawa ka sa tao. That's control function. You give commands, right? So the correct answer here is letter A, control function. Can you still hear me? Please tell me so.
Yes po, sir.
Yes. So control function, may pinapagawa ka, right? Finish the exam. That's control function. Next, let's go to question number. Also here, regulation function or control function of language when you persuade people, when you command people and when you request people to do something for you. That is the regulation or control function of communication. Now let's go to question number 3. Basically, we watch a play because of A, the costumes, B, the props, C, the stage design, D, the performance. What is your answer? Basically, we watch a play because of A, the costumes, B, the props, C, the stage design, D, the performance. What is your answer? Bakit ka nagwa-watch ng play? A, because of the costumes, B, because of the props, C, because of the stage design, D, because of the performance. Correct, because of the performance. That's letter D, because of the performance. Pwede din sa costume, pwede din sa props, pwede din sa stage design, but these things are only secondary. Okay? The main reason why we watch a play is because of the performance. Okay? Sino po sa inyo si Choi Yonso, yung Korean name? Patrice, ikaw ba yun? Okay. That's why I messaged you. So performance. Letter D. The correct answer is letter D. Please strive to get a score of 25 or better if your score is 30 or above 30. Most of the questions here are net questions. Okay? So performance is an act of staging or presenting a play or other form of entertainment. Now let's go to question number 4. It is the sound of the language. The sound of the language. A, stress. B, pitch. C, intonation. D, inflection. What is the answer? It is the sound of the language. A, stress. B, pitch. C, intonation. D, inflection. Kindly write your answer in the chat box. Then we will analyze. Patrice said pitch. Rika said letter B, pitch. Okay? Are you sure the answer is pitch? The sound of the language? Pitch ba? Okay, I will describe some important points. As far as speech is concerned, please tell me what this is or what that is. Okay, first, it is the emphasis. You choose from the options here. There are 4 options. We have stress, we have pitch, we have intonation, and we have inflection. Okay? First, before I give the right answer, before I give the correct answer, first, it is the emphasis you give to a certain syllable or word. Okay? What is the answer? It is the emphasis you give to a certain stress. Correct. Okay, Patrice, what is the other term for stress? Okay, stress is correct. Patrice, what is the other term for stress? Word stress or sentence stress? Or Rika, or Jennifer, what is the other term for stress? Please give me the right answer. The other term for stress? It's accent, right? Word stress or accent. That's why we say it is accented on the first syllable. It is accented on the second syllable. The other term for stress is accent. Another one. It is the change of, it is the highness or lowness of your voice. It is the highness or the lowness of your voice. Okay? Intonation. The highness or the lowness, of your voice is pitch. Okay? Pitch. Rika, kindly type your answer. Yeah, kindly change your setting to everyone. Rika, please change your setting to everyone. Okay? Because you're giving me a direct message. Okay? The highness, okay. Jennifer, correct. The highness or the lowness of your voice is called pitch. Okay? How? Change. I think you have to click something there. How to change? How to change? Rika, nakikita mo ba yung two there sa chat box? Merong two plus the name of the person na gusto mong isend ng message. Then you can change the setting there from direct message to everyone. Okay? So pitch is the highness or the lowness. Next. Okay? It is the change of pitch. Now my question is, it is the change of pitch. What is the answer? If pitch is the highness or the lowness of your voice, my question is, it is the change of pitch. Like, for example, if you want to emphasize a point, you change your pitch from low to high, right? So what do you call that? The change of pitch. Please type your answer in the chat box. Ano po ang tawag sa pagbabago ng pitch? The correct answer is intonation. The change, no. The change of pitch is inflection. Inflection is the change of pitch. And intonation is the sound of the language. Intonation is the melody. Yung music ng inyong language, ng inyong wika, ay tinatawag na intonation. That's why for us, Ilonggos, people say that Ilonggos have very sweet intonation because it is the sound of the language. So the correct answer here is letter C, intonation. The answer here is letter C. It is the sound of the language, intonation. Now let's go to question number 5. It is the study of the origin of words. A, philology. B, lexicology. C, linguistics. D, etymology. Please type your answer. It is the study of the origin of words. Emmeline said etymology. Rika said etymology. Some more answers, please. Patrice, etymology. Yes, the correct answer is etymology, the study of the origin of words. It's etymology. But in etymology, you don't only study the origin of words. You also study how the meaning of words changes over time. That is etymology. You know, I will give you one example. Noong araw, ang daming kidnapping cases sa Shanghai, sa China. No? Shanghai is a city in China. And during, I think, 1970s, 1980s, ang daming kidnapping cases doon. So now, the word Shanghai has entered into the English language. Now, to Shanghai means to kidnap. You know? So, to Shanghai now means to kidnap. For example, my daughter was shanghaied by a group of armed men. It means my daughter was kidnapped by a group of armed men. This is one example of etymology, the study of the origin of words. Now let's go to question number 6. In academic reading, you read because you want A, to enjoy, B, to learn, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. What is the answer? Number 6. In academic reading, you read because you want A, to enjoy, B, to learn, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. Rika said letter B, to learn. Yes, Jennifer said both, to read, to learn and to enjoy. Emmeline said to learn. The correct answer is to learn. Academic reading is you read because you want to learn. That's letter B. How about reading because you want to enjoy? What kind of reading is that? Nagbabasa ka because you want to get entertained. Okay? Ano pong klaseng reading yan? Please type your answer in the chat box. Reading for enjoyment. Okay? Ano pong klaseng reading yan? If you read because you want to learn is academic reading, how about you read because you want to enjoy? Ano pong klaseng reading yan? Okay? Please type your answer. Just give us a guess. If you're not sure about your answer. You read because you want to enjoy. Ano pong klaseng reading yan? Patrice, what's the answer to my question? Reading for enjoyment, independent reading, Rika? It's leisure reading. It's leisure. No. It's for everyone. It's leisure reading. It's reading for enjoyment. Leisure reading. Okay, now let's go to question number 7. A couplet is composed of, this is a let question. A couplet is composed of A, 1 line of verse, B, 2 lines of verse, C, 3 lines of verse, D, 4 lines of verse. What is the answer? A couplet is composed of A, 1 line of verse, B, 2 lines of verse, C, 3 lines of verse, D, 4 lines of verse. From the word couple, right? Couple means 2, right? So the correct answer is letter B, 2 lines of verse. Couplet, couple, right? Okay, now I have some questions about couplet, okay? So you have 2 lines of verse. Now, my question is, do these 2 lines rhyme? Yes or no? Do these 2 lines rhyme? Yes or no? We're talking here of couplet. Yes, the 2 lines rhyme. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree. So see, tree, they rhyme rather. Okay? Sino po ang ano? Saan po nakuha yung lines na iyon? I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree. Saan ko po nilift ang lines na iyon na sinabi ko? I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree. Saan ko po nakuha yon? Anong poem? Anong title ng poem? And you give me the author as well. How do I love thee? No? How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. That's Elizabeth Barrett Browning. But that's not the correct answer, Emmeline. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree. Correct? Patrice, you are correct. And who is the writer? Who is the author? Who is the poet who wrote this particular poem? Patrice, you are correct, but give me the name of the writer, the name of the poet. The name of the poet, Jane Austen was not a poet. She was a novelist. The correct answer is Joyce Kilmer. Joyce Kilmer. Okay? So, couplet. Another question. Can you still hear me? Are you still there? Are you still there? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, another
Yes.
question. Okay. Another question about couplet. So, do these two lines have the same meter? Yes or no? Do these two lines have the same meter? Yes or no? Yes. You count the number. When you say meter, you count the number of syllables, right? Yes. So they rhyme and they have the same meter. Correct. Now let's go to question number 8. I'm sorry, the answer is already there. Typographical error. Okay, in audiolingualism, which two skills are prioritized? A, listening and writing. B, reading and writing. C, speaking and reading. D, listening and speaking. The answer, I'm sorry, but the answer is already there. The correct answer is letter D, listening and speaking. The priority, okay, as far as audiolingualism is concerned, the audiolingual method or approach, listening and speaking, right? Even if you don't know, friends, if even if you don't know the answer, just analyze the word audiolingualism. When you say, okay, when you say audio, okay, it refers to which skill. We have four skills, right? The four macro skills in a language. We have reading, writing, listening, and speaking. When you say audio, uh, it refers to which of the four skills? No, just the word audio or the word part audio. It refers listening, correct? And how about lingual, lingualism, lingual, audiolingual, lingua? It refers to which of the skills? Speaking. So the correct answer is listening and speaking, audiolingualism. Letter D. Writing in audiolingualism, we prioritize listening and speaking. How about reading and writing? They are delayed. In audiolingualism, we also teach reading and writing, but they are postponed or they are delayed because the priority uh, skills are listening and speaking. Again, in audiolingualism, reading and writing are delayed. Okay? Now let's go to question number 9. It is a distinctive type of or category of literary composition. A, class. B, genre. C, literary device. D, imagery. What is the answer? It is a distinctive type or category of literary composition. A, class. B, genre. C, literary device. D, imagery. Please type your answer, then we will analyze. The correct answer, yes. Patricia said genre. Jennifer, genre. Emmeline, genre. Yes. The correct answer is letter B, genre. The word genre comes from what language? Saang lingwahe or saang wika nagmula ang word na genre? Is it an English word? Is it an Italian word? French, correct. French. How do you okay? How do you classify literature? Is uh is it prose or is it poetry? Is it fiction or non-fiction? We call this genre. Okay, letter B. Yes, Jennifer. Etymologically speaking, genre is French. Now let's go to question genre from French, which means kind or sort. Now let's go to question number 10. In linguistics, the register is defined as the way a speaker A uses language differently in different circumstances. B defines language. C looks at language based on his or her cultural background. D utilizes language in order to communicate his or her thoughts. Again, in linguistics, the register is defined as the way a speaker A uses language differently in different circumstances. B defines language. C looks at language based on his or her cultural background. D utilizes language in order to communicate his or her thoughts. In other words, what is register as far as linguistics is concerned? Rika said letter A. Jennifer said letter A. Patrice said letter A. The correct answer is, of course, letter A. Register is defined as the way a speaker uses language differently in different circumstances. Okay, let's discuss register. That is number 10, right? Okay. Jennifer, the way you talk to your school principal is different, okay, compared to the way you talk to a tricycle driver, correct? Iba yung ano yung manner mo or even your language, your gestures pag kinakausap mo ang school principal compared kung ang kausap mo tricycle driver, right? You use different set of words. When you talk to your principal, you become more polite, maybe. You use formal words. In English, we call this register. No? You use language differently in different circumstances. Yes, you are, Jennifer. You are correct. It talks about formality as well. Formality. The way you talk to the Queen, for example, of England, is different compared to, say, the way you talk to your daughter, right? It talks about formality as well. Register. It says, I'm sorry, it says here, I only have 1 or 2 minutes left. When Zoom ends, it will save the recorded session, probably 3 minutes. Then please rejoin. Okay, when Zoom ends, please rejoin. Now let's go to question number 11. When an ordinary person disseminates information using social media, blogs, and websites, it is called A, professional journalism, B, informal journalism, C, citizen journalism, D, social media journalism. What is the answer? When an ordinary person disseminates information using social media, blogs, and websites, it is called A, professional journalism, B, informal journalism, C, citizen journalism, D, social media journalism. Jennifer said letter C, Emeline, letter D, Patrice, letter D, Rika, letter C. Okay, the correct answer is citizen journalism, letter C. Have you experienced, okay, posting on social media about the flood in your area or about a vehicular accident around your place? Well, that is an example of citizen journalism. nag-post ka ng vehicular accident sa air.
Sir.
Again, please, after every 40 minutes, please take a 5-minute break to allow Zoom to save the recording.
Okay.
Wait po. Okay, let's continue. As I was saying earlier, sometimes we post things that happen around us on social media, and people react. We give them information. We give them updates. We call this in English citizen journalism because we inform them, but we are not professional journalists. We are ordinary people. So we call this concept citizen journalism. The correct answer is letter C. Okay, when an ordinary person disseminates information using Facebook, using Twitter, using Instagram, using YouTube. Citizen journalism. Now let's go to number 11. And number 12. Encyclopedias are good and dictionaries are good sources for in-depth research. A, this statement is A, true, B, false, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. What is the correct answer? Encyclopedias and dictionaries are good sources for in-depth research. No, the correct answer is false. Letter B. Why false? Because ang treatment sa research is very technical. And encyclopedias and dictionaries ay ginawa for general use, right? They are not good sources for in-depth research. So sa researcher, gumamit kayo ng technical books, for us language teachers, when we engage in research, in language research, do not use encyclopedias and dictionaries. Go to your library and look for books written by language professors, by language experts, not encyclopedias and dictionaries. Okay? So the correct answer here is letter B, false. Number 13. In literary history, what caused the proliferation of literary forms? Bakit lumaganap ang literary forms? A, the wars among tribes. B, the development of urban societies and culture. C, the emergence of modern technologies. D, the strict censorship by the state. What is the answer? Okay? Bakit po lumaganap ang literary forms? A, dahil sa away-away, no wars. B, the development of urban societies and culture. C, because of modern technology. D, strict censorship by the state. What is the answer? Jennifer said letter C. Patrice, letter B. Rika, letter C. The correct answer is letter B. The development of urban societies and culture. The correct answer is letter B. Pwede din ang letter C, the emergence of modern technology, but we are talking here of literary history, right? We are talking here of literary history. The growth of towns in medieval Europe encouraged the growth of literary forms as well. Okay? Because of the emergence of towns and urban societies, people became more civilized. Okay? They became more urban. So hindi lang survival ang inintindi nila. right? Hindi lang how to eat, how to survive every day, but also para sa personal growth nila, no? Read literature for personal growth. So the correct answer is letter B. Number 14. Who wrote the play The Glass Menagerie? A. Tennessee Williams. B. Eugene O'Neill. C. Arthur Miller. D. Christopher Marlowe. What is the answer? Who wrote the play The Glass Menagerie? A. Tennessee Williams. B. Eugene O'Neill. C. Arthur Miller. D. Christopher Marlowe. Okay, Emmeline, letter A, Tennessee Williams. Patrice, letter A, Tennessee Williams. You are correct. Tennessee Williams, letter A, The Glass Menagerie. This is a favorite topic in the licensure exam for teachers among English majors. Let's talk about Tennessee Williams. Anong genre ng literature ang sinulat ni Tennessee Williams? Anong genre? Please answer. Write your answer in the chat box. Anong genre? The correct answer is play, right? Tennessee Williams was a playwright, right? Ano ang nationality? Anong nationality ni Tennessee Williams? Was he a Canadian? Was he a Frenchman? Was he an Italian? What was his nationality? Please write your answer in the chat box. Italian? Jennifer Tennessee Williams was American. He was an American playwright, okay? He was born 1911 and he died in 1983. In other words, Jennifer, how old are you? Tennessee Williams died in 1983. He was born in 1911. He died in 1983. Jennifer, when were you born? When were you born? 1926? It means you were born 1996. Okay. Patrice, when were you born? What year? 1998. When Tennessee Williams died in 1983, I was 1 year old. I'm now 40 years. I was born in 1982. I am now 40 years old. I've been teaching for around 20 years already. Yeah, Tennessee Williams was born in 1983. And he wrote a very famous play called The Glass Menagerie. Here. The Glass Menagerie is a memory play by Tennessee Williams. It premiered in 1944. Okay? Now let's go to question number 15. Your classmate is behaving strangely. Hindi mo maintindihan kung anong ginagawa niya, kung ano yung klaseng pag-iisip meron siya. You know? Your classmate is behaving strangely. What academic text can you produce out of this? A. Book review. You will write a book review about his about his strange behavior or her strange behavior. B. Essay. Will you write an essay? C. Position paper. D. Case study. What is the answer? Your classmate is behaving strangely. What academic text can you produce out of this? Rika said, case study. Jennifer, case study. Yes, that is the correct answer. Case study. Letter D. A case study is an in-depth study of one person. Here, all aspects of his or her life are analyzed, right? Para makita ang pattern. Hopefully, matrace ang reason why he or she is behaving strangely. So the correct answer here is letter D, case study. 16. A second language is any language that a person uses other than his or her. A, first language. B, native language. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. What is the correct answer? A second language is any language that a person uses other than his or her. A, first language. B, native language. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. What is the correct answer? Rika said letter C. Jennifer, letter C. Patrice, letter C. Yes, you are all correct. Letter C. Both A and B. Why both? Because your first language is also your native language. Your first language is also your native language. Or your native language is your first language, right? They mean the same. My question is, meron po bang third language? So you have your first language, you have your second language. Meron po bang third language? Wala. Rika is correct. Wala. There is no such thing. There is no such thing as third language. When I was studying in UP for my master's degree in linguistics, our professor, Emmeline, when I was studying in UP, our professor would always emphasize that there is no such thing as third language, only first language and second language. Ang first language is your native language, and lahat ng lengguwahe, lahat ng wika na gusto mong malaman o gusto mong matutunan become your second language. Okay? So we only have first language and we have second language. Emeline, kindly mute your microphone. Thank you. Now let's go to question number 17. Oh, the answer is already there. Vowels are sounds produced A, with stricture in the vocal tract. B, without stricture in the vocal tract. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. The correct answer is B, without stricture in the vocal tract. Vowels are sounds produced without stricture in the vocal tract. How do you pronounce a vowel? Try mo nga. A, E, O, U, right? Dapat open ang mouth, right? Walang sagaban o walang naka-block sa kung ano dyan, sa yung airway, right? So without stricture in the vocal tract. Sa consonant naman, okay, when you pronounce a consonant sound, may stricture, right? May block. Oh. Try mo nga i-pronounce ang sound na B. B, right? You start pronouncing B with your lips closed, right? So may stricture, may block. Pero sa vowel, open mouth, walang block, walang stricture. Okay, so the correct answer for number 17 is letter B. Vowels are sounds produced without stricture in the vocal tract. Well, again, why without stricture? Kasi when you pronounce a vowel, open mouth. Dapat walang naka-block sa yung vocal apparatus, right? Now let's go to number 18. The most important difference between English for specific purposes, that's ESP, and English as a second language, that's ESL, lies in the A, teachers, B, learners. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. What is the answer? The most important difference between English for specific purposes, or ESP, and English as a second language, or ESL, lies in. What is the correct answer? A, teachers. B, learners. C, both. A and B. D, neither A nor B. Patrice, letter C. Jennifer, letter C. Emeline, what is your answer? Rika, letter C. Emeline, what is your answer? Letter A. And Emeline is correct. No, the correct answer is letter B, learners. The most important difference between English for specific purposes, or ESP, and English as a second language, or ESL, lies in the learners. Why? Because sa ESP, ang learners talaga ang focus, right? That's why in ESP, we conduct needs analysis. Kung ano ang needs ng learners. Ano ba ang needs niya? Right? Ano ba ang kailangan niya? For example, ang learner ay nagtatrabaho sa call center. So, ano ang needs ng learners? Ano ang dapat ituro sa kanya? Right? Listening skills. American idiomatic expressions kasi sa call center, mga Amerikano ang clients, right? Etc. So, ang focus ng ESP ay learners. So, the most important difference between English for specific purposes and English as a second language lies in the learners, not the teachers, not both. Okay? Let's go to question number 19. Linguist George Yule describes the function of blank as helping to create and maintain connections among those who see themselves insiders in some way and to exclude outsiders. Remember, insiders and outsiders. A, non-sexist language. B, literature. C, jargon. D, journalism. What is the answer? Answers, please. Type your answer in the chat box. Jennifer, letter C. Jargon, sorry. Rika, letter D, journalism. Patrice, letter C, jargon. Emeline, what's your answer? Letter D. Okay, the correct answer is, remember, it says here insiders and outsiders. Okay. Remember, sometimes may mga words, for example, may mga lawyers, okay? Let's take, for example, lawyers. Ang mga lawyers, may words sila na sila lang yung nakakaintindi, right? So, pag hindi ka lawyer, no, if you are an outsider, hindi mo maiintindihan. Doctors as well. May mga words, ang mga doctors, may mga terms sila na pag hindi ka doctor, pag hindi ka insider, hindi mo maintindihan. If you are an outsider, it will be very difficult for you to understand what they mean, right? In English, anong tawag dito? Jargon. Letter C. The technical vocabulary of a specific group of people na sila lang makakaintindi, right? That's why we have legal English, we have medical English, we have business English. The correct answer is letter C, jargon. Number 20. Sorry, the answer is already there. Metacognitive awareness allows a person to A, monitor his or her use of language, B, use language in a grand manner, C, develop linguistic codes, D, invent words. What is the answer? It's letter A, metacognitive awareness. Okay? when you say metacognitive awareness, it means being aware of what you think, right? It's thinking about thinking. So how do you achieve that? You monitor your language. You monitor your use of language. Tama ba ito? Tama bang sinabi ko? Tama bang words ko? Did I use the correct vocabulary? Is my grammar correct? Is my grammar okay? So you monitor your language use. We call this metacognitive awareness. No? Letter A. Are you still there? Are you still there? Can you still hear me?
Yes po.
Yes. Okay. Again, when you say metacognitive awareness, minomonitor mo kung paano mo gagamitin ang language, right? So you ask yourself, tama ba yung word na ginamit ko? Mukhang mali, right? Sa theory ni Krashen, I don't know if kilala nyo si Stephen Krashen, may sinasabi siyang monitor hypothesis. You know, we monitor our language use. So it's metacognitive awareness. 21. If the receiver, so I'm sorry, it's not receiver, if the speaker. Please change from receiver to speaker. If the speaker does not get any feedback, communication, pag walang feedback, pag walang reply, no, nag-message ka sa boyfriend mo, pag walang reply, anong mangyayari sa message? A, communication will go on. B, communication will stop. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. Pag walang reply, ano mangyayari sa communication? Patay. Correct. Communication will die. Communication will stop. Feedback. If there is no feedback, correct answer is letter B. 22. The vocabulary of the English language is distinctively influenced by A, Old Norman French, B, Latin, C, Old Norse, D, all of these, E, none of these. What is the correct answer? The vocabulary of the English language is distinctively influenced by A, Old Norman French, B, Latin, C, Old Norse, D, all of these, E, none of these. That's number 22. Okay, the correct answer is letter D, all of these. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 3 languages that influence the English language. And what are these languages? Old Norman French, Latin, and Old Norse. Why Old Norman French? Because, you know, Old Norman French was the language of the Normans, okay, when they conquered England in 1066. Ang mga Normans ay ang mga tao na nakatira sa France. They conquered England in 1066 and dinala nila ang kanilang language doon, right? Ang Norse, ano naman itong Old Norse language? Saan ito ginagamit? Old Norse. When you say Norse, Norse mythology, saan ito? Scandinavia. Scandinavia. When you say Old Norse, ginagamit ito sa Scandinavia. Scandinavian countries like Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Finland, right? Old Norse. And Latin, of course, influenced the English language heavily, right? But Latin now is considered a dead language. Hindi na ginagamit ang Latin ngayon. The only institution that still uses Latin is the Catholic Church. Ginagamit pa din ang Latin sa seremonya ng simbahang Katoliko. But the rest, we don't use Latin anymore. It's considered a dead language. Next, number 23. A thesis statement, A, makes an article unique. B, shortens an essay. C, helps control the ideas within the paper. And D, all of these. E, none of this. What is your answer? Thesis statement. A thesis statement, A, makes an article unique. B, shortens an essay. C, helps control the ideas within the paper. D, all of these. E, none of these. What is your answer? Jennifer, letter B, shortens an essay. Rika, letter C, helps control the ideas within the paper. Patrice, letter B, shortens an essay. Okay, wait. Let's talk about thesis, the concept of thesis statement. This is number 23, right? Okay. Lahat ng ano, wait. I think let's start sa main ideas, okay? Ano ang tawag sa main idea ng isang paragraph? Can you tell me the correct answer? Ano ang tawag sa main idea ng isang paragraph? Remember, paragraph. Okay? What is the answer? Theme? Jennifer, no? Some more answers? Hindi po, Jennifer, hindi po theme. Ano ang tawag sa main idea ng isang paragraph? Correct. It's topic sentence. Okay, now, ano naman ang tawag sa main idea ng buong article, no? Ng buong essay. An essay is composed of many paragraphs. Pag single paragraph, ang main idea ay tinatawag na topic sentence. What about the main idea of the whole article, the whole essay? Ano ang tawag? Ano ang tawag sa main idea ng buong article, ng buong essay? Answers, please. The correct answer is thesis statement. The answer is thesis statement. If your article has a thesis statement, your article is controlled. Ibig sabihin, everything written there should be related, okay, to the thesis statement. Pag ang isang sentence sa essay has no relevance sa thesis statement, remove it, right? Remove it. So, a thesis statement, therefore, helps control the ideas within the paper. The correct answer is letter C. It says I have 10 minutes left before Zoom ends. Now let's go to question number 24. Oh, the answer is already there. Beowulf is the national epic of A, Denmark, B, Spain, C, Italy, D, England. The answer is already there. It's England. Beowulf is the national epic of England. Question. If Beowulf is the national epic of England, ang setting ba ng Beowulf ay nasa England din? Oh, what is the answer? Yes, Rika, hindi. No. Can you give me the setting of Beowulf, of the epic Beowulf? Scandinavia. Jennifer, you are correct. Scandinavia, specifically Denmark and Sweden. Specifically Denmark and Sweden. Yes, Scandinavia. When you say Scandinavia, northern countries, right? Specifically Denmark and Sweden. Let's continue. Number 25. These are the other characters in a story. A, major characters. B, minor characters. C, both A and B, D neither A nor B, the other characters in a story. What is your answer? Minor character. You are correct. Minor characters. Question. Are they as important as the major characters? Are the minor characters as important as the major characters? Yes or no? No. Rika, no. My question is, as important as? No. Mas importante ang major characters kesa sa minor characters. Right? Another question. Yeah, Rika. Medyo mali yung pagdinig mo. Next. Yes. Okay, another question. Do they still play a large part in the story? Yes or no? Do they still? Yes. The correct answer is yes. Okay, 26. Non-fiction writings involve A, facts, B, imagination, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. Non-fiction involves what? Emeline, letter A, correct. Facts. Non-fiction, facts, fiction, imagination. Okay, can you give me one example of non-fiction? Can you give me one example of non-fiction? Just one example of non-fiction. That kind of literature that involves facts, not imagination. Oh, correct. Autobiography, right? Autobiographical sketch or autobiography is based on facts. Now let's continue. 27. Time check. It's 10:24. Kaya pa? Are you still alive and kicking?
Yes.
Of course. Para makapasa, right? For self, for family, for God, for country. Kaya pa? Yes. Question number 27. What is the structure of the present progressive tense? By the way, in the Philippines, we use the term present progressive tense. In the US, I think they also use the term present progressive tense. In the UK, in British English, they have a different term. Can you give me the British or the English equivalent of present progressive tense? So when you go to England, hindi po present progressive ang tawag dyan. Can you give me the term? Correct, Emeline. It's present continuous. You are correct. It's present continuous tense or form. What is the structure? A, am is are plus verb ing. B, has or have plus verb ing. C, do, does, or did plus verb ing. D, all of these. E, none of these. What is the answer? What is the answer? Present progressive? Correct. Letter A, am is are plus verb ing. So you say, I am doing something. You are studying. She is sleeping. They are working. Am is are plus verb ing. 28. Vivian Cook notes that L2 users are not necessarily the same as L2 learners. Remember, according to Vivian Cook, L2 users are not necessarily the same as L2 learners. No? L2 users versus L2 learners. Blank are exploiting whatever linguistic resources they have for real life purposes. Remember, real life purposes? A, language learners or L2 learners. B, language users or L2 users. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. Real life purposes. Language learner or language users? Or both or none of the above? What's the correct answer? Rika, letter A, language learner. Some more answers? Rika, when you say language learner, basically you learn language now, especially L2, para gamitin mo in the future. Ano? After graduation, at work, right? Pero when you say language user, ginagamit mo talaga right now, right? Real life purposes. So the correct answer is language users. Letter B. When you say language learners for school, right? But when it's for real life in the future. Real life in the future. Pero pag real life now, it's language users. 29. It is the organization of a curriculum around a central theme. A, thematic unit. B, curricular unit. C, central unit. D, organizational unit. What is the answer? That's number 29. Rika, letter A, thematic unit. Yes, the correct answer is A, thematic unit. What does this mean? Jennifer, the correct answer is A. When you say thematic unit, merong theme. Okay? Sa inyong school, for example, or sa inyong department, you adopt a particular theme every grading period, right? Every grading period or every semester. For example, first grading, ang theme ay honesty. No? Ang theme ay honesty, which you will cascade in your different subject areas. So honesty, ang theme. How will you show this in your English class? How will you show this theme in your science class? How will you show this theme of honesty in your PE class? In your social studies class, right? For example, sa English, then probably you take up stories that have something to do with honesty, Sa science, honesty in terms of reporting your data in your experiment. In your PE class, honesty sa sports, right? When you play a game, when you play a particular... Yes. ESP students are usually A, babies, B, young children, C, adults, D, senior citizens. What is the answer? Please type your answer in the chat box. Let me check your answer. Yes, correct. Adults. ESP adults. Usually, ang involved sa ESP, mga college students or those who are already working, right? Because they want to be good at their workplaces, especially in terms of language and communication. So adults. ESP students are usually adults. This is number 30. That's why we have English for engineering, English for lawyers, English for accountants, English for biologists. Okay? Number 31. Wait, it says here, ESP are usually adults who already have some acquaintance with English and are learning the language in order to communicate a set of professional skills and to perform particular job-related functions. Number 31. I'm sorry, the answer is already there. Academic English and general English are different in terms of A, formality, B, language choice, C, topic, D, all of these. In none of these, the answer is already there, letter D. Okay, I have some questions. Which is more formal, academic English or general English? Which is more formal, academic English or general English? Please type your answer in the chat box. Academic English is more formal, that is correct. Okay? In terms of topics, well, the topics in academic English are school-related things, right? But in general English, it's the topics are ordinary life situations. Let's go to 32. In William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, Lord and Lady Montague are A, Juliet's parents, B, Romeo's parents, C, Juliet's siblings, D, Romeo's siblings. What is the answer? This is number 32. Yes, Romeo's parents. Patrice, you are correct. Okay? How about the parents of Juliet's? The parents of Juliet, rather. The parents of Juliet? Capulet and Lady Capulet. The parents of Juliet are Capulet and Lady Capulet. Question. True or false? Juliet has a sister. True or false? Juliet has a sister. Answer, please. Juliet has a sister. True or false? Please write your answer in the chat box. True or false? Juliet has a sister. No, false. Patrice, Juliet is the only daughter in the Capulet family. She's the only daughter. And another, true or false? Juliet is close to her parents. Juliet is close to her parents. What's the answer? No, correct. Saan siya mas close? Sa yaya. Right? Sa yaya. Correct. Rika, sa yaya. You are correct. Now let's go to 33. So the answer here is Romeo's parents. 33. A newspaper editorial is like A, a news article, B, a poem, C, an essay, D, a novel. What is the answer? A newspaper editorial is like A, a news article, B, a poem, C, a novel. A news article? No, a news article has a different kind of format. The format used in a news article is what we call the inverted pyramid format. We don't use the same format when we write an editorial. The correct answer is essay. Emmeline, you are correct. It's essay. The correct answer is essay. What is an editorial? It is the official stand of the newspaper on a certain issue. For example, death penalty, favor or not, right? Question, who writes the editorial? Who writes the editorial? Answer, please, who writes the editorial? Journalist? Exactly. Editor-in-chief. The editor-in-chief. Editor-in-chief. Okay. Ang financier ng publication, ano ang tawag? Siya yung may pera. Okay, okay? Sa kanya yung editor, ano, yung publication. Ano ang tawag doon? It's publisher. Publisher. Correct answer is publisher. Next question, 34. A good speaking voice is not too loud or too soft. It means that it is A, audible, B, fluent, C, flexible, D, pleasant. What is the answer? A good speaking voice, this is speech, right? A good speaking voice is not too loud or too soft. It means that it is. Correct. The answer is pleasant. Not too loud, not too soft. It means it's nice. When you say pleasant, it's nice to hear. Audible, it means can be heard. Maririnig, audible. Fluent means you do not stammer. When you say flexible, you are capable of having different voices. Pleasant means nice to hear, right? Not too loud, not too soft. 35. It is a literary term used to describe the events that make up a story. A, plot. B, conflict. C, setting. D, sequel. What is the answer? It is a literary term used to describe the events that make up a story. Correct answer is plot. You are correct. Plot. Plot is what happens in a story. Okay, what happens in a story? True or false? A plot is composed of one event. True or false? A plot is composed of one event. False. Because a sequence of events, a series of events, it means maraming events. 36. Which of the following is a clipped word? This is a let question. A, sunglasses. B, gym. C, brunch. D, newbie. What is the answer? Sunglasses? Rika, sunglasses is not a clipped word. It is a compound. Sunglasses, Rika, is a compound word. The correct answer, the correct, when you say clipping, no? It is a word formation process. When you say clipping, you drop, you shorten it, you drop some syllables. O ano? B, correct, gym. Gym, because the full word is gymnasium, right? Oh, mathematics, math. Crocodile, croc. These are clipped words. The word formation process involved is clipping. Clipping. 37. An ESP program is built on assessment of A, purposes, B, needs, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. What is the answer? I think I have discussed this earlier. Correct. Both A and B, both purposes and needs. Why purposes and needs? Because you have to address what your students need and why they take up the program. That refers to purposes. 38. Which of the following contractions is correct? When you say contractions, you join two words together. For example, do not, the contracted form is don't. Contractions. A, must have. B, mightn't. C, oughtn't. D, hadnn't. Oh. Which of the following contractions is incorrect? A, B, C, or D? Write your answer. Correct. Why letter D? Because dapat ang apostrophe between ng dalawang D. Right? dapat ang apostrophe between two Ds, right? Anong two words ang kinontract sa letter D? Can you give me? Letter A, it's must have. Letter B, might not. Letter C, ought not. How about letter D? Anong two words ang kinontract?
Have had.
Have had? Ba't dalawang D? Dalawang D. Sana kung have had, may VE, right? Wait, Jennifer, wait. No, the answer is had. The correct answer is had. Had is, anong tense ang had? O, Emeline, anong tense ang had? O, Emeline, anong tense? Anong verb tense ang had? I hadn't had dinner. Past perfect
Past
tense.
participle.
It's past perfect tense. Emeline, sa anong school ka?
Western Wimso, sir.
Ay, taga Mindanao ka. Rika,
Yes,
anong
sir.
school ka? Sorsogon. Yes. Jennifer, how about you, Jennifer?
Mindanao po, sir.
Mindanao. Okay. Sino pa dito? Okay. Patrice, anong school ka? I think Patrice is from Bataan. Right? Okay. It's had. Past participle. Okay? After nyo makapasa ng LET, you go straight to your master's degree. I finished my master's degree at age, I think 26 in UP. Master's degree para yung ranko nyo tataas. Okay? Had. Next. Agad-agad. Yes. 39. Ako, grabe yung passion ko to teach. So kahit 5 tao lang, go ako. Number 39. The concept of second language implies some form of A, bilingualism, B, intrapersonal communication, C, linguistic competence, D, literary appreciation. For others, hindi yan papayag ng 5 lang. Kasi for them, it's a waste of time. But for me, no. Okay, what is the answer? The concept of second language implies some form of, what is the answer? Bilingualism, correct. Pag marami, if 3 or more languages, ano? Pag 3 or more languages.
Intra po.
Multilingualism. Pag maraming languages. Pero, ang bilingualism pwede na din sa 3 or 4 or more than 2 actually languages. Bilingual din yan. Okay? But the concept of bilingualism is all-encompassing. Okay? Hindi lang 2 languages. 40. The answer is already there. Sometimes, okay, these are typographical errors. In linguistics, discourse refers to a unit of language longer than a single A paragraph, B sentence, C essay, D book. The correct answer is already there. It's sentence. In other words, I don't know if you are familiar with communicative competence by first Del Hines, then it was modified by Canal and Swain in 1983. Sabi ni Noam Chomsky, pag magaling ka sa vocabulary, pag magaling ka sa grammar, good language speaker ka na, or you call it linguistic competence. But sabi ni Del Hines, no. Just because your grammar is good, just because your vocabulary is good, does not mean that you are a good language speaker? What if bastos ka? Magaling ka sa magaling ka sa grammar, magaling ka sa vocabulary, pero bastos ka? Hindi, no. Dapat may social aspect din, right? May social aspect din ng language. You call it social linguistic competence ni Del Hines. In 1983, I think, 1980s, Canal and Swain further developed this idea. Apat. They term this communicative competence. We have discourse competence, we have grammatical competence, we have linguistic or strategic competence. I think I missed out another one. But when you say when you say discourse competence, magaling ka mag-compose ng structure na mas mahaba kesa sa sentence. Magaling ka sa paragraph, magaling ka sa essay, magaling ka sa speeches. Basta more than one sentence. Because discourse refers to a unit of language longer than a single sentence. Okay? We will discuss this if you attend my, succeeding lectures. Sa September pa naman, and I intend to do this weekly. Kasi if I do this, feeling ko, hindi lang kayo ang nag-learn, pati ako din. I also learn. Okay. Because I study again. I research. 41. Mom bought some chocolates for Joanne and me. What is the function of the underlined word? A, direct object. B, objective complement. C, subject. D, object of the preposition, OP. What is the answer? For me, what is the function of the underlined word me? Okay? What's the answer? Write your answer in the chat box. Subject. Remember, there is a preposition here, for. Then for me. What is the function of me? The correct answer is D, object of the preposition. Object of the preposition for. Right? For me. For there is already your clue. It is a preposition. Then, right after the preposition is the object of the preposition. 42. A ballad is a poem that A, praises a dead person, B, ridicules a particular belief, C, asks a relevant question, D, tells a story. What is the answer? What is the answer? A ballad is a poem that, correct. Oh, Jennifer, letter A? No, praises a dead person. It tells a story. Letter D. A ballad is a poem that tells a story. What do you call a poem that praises a dead person? Letter A. Anong tawag doon? A poem that praises a dead person. Elegy, correct. Emmeline is correct. Elegy. How about an article that ridicules a belief? Ano ang tawag? Letter B. What do you call an article or a literary selection that ridicules a particular belief? Ano ang tawag? Satire. Satire, right? 43. Language learning is a process of habit formation. This is the blank of second language acquisition, or SLA. A, behaviorist theory. B, cognitivist theory. C, constructivist theory. D, humanistic theory. Basta habit formation, ano yan? Anong theory yan? Habit formation.
Behavior.
Correct. Behaviorism. Behaviorist. The correct answer is letter A. So, sa behaviorist approach, what is the most important event or teaching style sa classroom na ginagamit ng teacher? sa behaviorism? Correct answer is drill. Basta behaviorist classroom, drills. Correct. Because gusto ng teacher ma-perfect. Drill ng drill ng drill hasta ma-perfect. Okay? 44. A symbol is A, a sign, B, a mark, C, a word, D, all of these. In none of these. What is the answer? A sign? But a symbol is also a mark. A symbol is also a word. A word, in fact, is a symbol that represents something. The correct answer
All
is
of
all of these. Right. Okay? As long as something has a meaning or something represents another thing, it is a symbol. The correct answer is letter D, all of these. 45. What basic question is answered by literary standards? A, what is literature? B, why study literature? C, what are the different literary forms? D, what makes literature literature? Literary standards. This is question number 45. Correct answer is literary standards. Letter D. What makes literature literature? Literature in a general sense, lahat ng sulat, ng sinulat, no? All kinds of writing, literature yan. Right? Lahat ng nasa papel, no? Written form, literature yan. The question is, what makes literature literature? Okay? So we call that literary standards. There are 7. Can you give me at least one literary standard? There are 7 literary standards, which I will discuss in my future session. Just give me one na alam nyo na literary standards. Not familiar? Oh, I will give you the 7. 1, universality. 2, permanence. 3, spiritual value. 4, artistry. 5, suggestiveness. 6, intellectual value. And 7, style. Universality, permanence, spiritual value, artistry, suggestiveness, intellectual value, and style. Yes, Rika, you are correct. Style. Literature is stylized. May style. Kasi pag ordinary writing, walang style. Pag ordinary writing, walang style. You normally say, she is beautiful. Pag literature, hindi ganyan. Pag literature, beautiful is she. Di ba? Di ba? Stylized. The structure sa literature ay stylized. Okay, my style. 46. The word blank, I will not pronounce it because this is the essence of the question. The word blank is accented on A. Just read the word there. It's colored red. The first syllable, B, second syllable, C, third syllable, D, all of these. In none of these. What is the answer? How do you read that word? Where will you put the accent? Letter A, correct. First syllable. So you read it ancestor. When I was an elementary student, I would pronounce this ancestor. That second syllable, that's not the correct way of pronouncing it. It's ancestor. The accent is on the first syllable, not ancestor. 47. Complete this analogy. Sound, phoneme, sentence, blank. A, syntax. B, morpheme. C, lexicon. D, grapheme. What is the answer? Syntax, correct. Why? Because syntax is the arrangement of words in a sentence. How the words, how the phrases are arranged in a sentence. That is syntax. 48. Jennifer, you are correct. Patrice, you are correct as well. It is the study of speech sounds. A, phonology. B, phonetics. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B, because this is confusing. We are usually confused as far as these two concepts are concerned: phonology versus phonetics. The study of speech sounds. Rika is correct. Phonetics. When you say phonetics, the way how you produce the sound, pag physical production na, no? Na nanggagaling sa iyong vocal apparatus. The physical production of sound is phonetics. Ang phonology naman, okay? Ang phonology naman is how sounds are classified. Classification. Ang phonetics is production. How to produce. Ang phonology, how sounds are classified. Okay? 49. Which of the following statements is correct? A, competencies are more general than learning objectives, or learning objectives are more general than competencies? C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B. What is the correct answer? So ano ang higher concept? Ano ang higher concept? Competency or learning objective? The correct answer is letter A. Competencies are more general than learning objectives. Yes. Dapat, in other words, dapat ang iyong learning objectives is based sa competencies. Okay? When you say competencies, these are applied skills and knowledge. Yung skills, yung knowledge na magagamit nila sa buhay. No, we call that we call these skills these skills rather competencies. 50. Speakers of English are called A, English phones, B, francophones, C, lussophones, D, anglophones. What is the correct answer? What do you call someone who speaks English? Letter D, anglophone, correct. So Rika is an anglophone. It means she speaks English. The United States is an anglophone country, is an English-speaking country. How about francophone? Speaker of what language? Francophone. French. How about lusophone? Yeah, correct, French. How about lusophone? Speaker of what language? Lusophone. I'll give you time, you Google. Ano ang lusophone? Speaker of what language? Jennifer is a lusophone. It means she speaks what language? No idea? Portuguese. If you speak Portuguese, then you are a lusophone speaker, individual rather. Okay? So score, passing is 50. I expect you get a score of 50. Passing is 25. 35 is okay. How about others? 32 is okay, Emeline. Still pass. Jennifer, 33. Oh, Emeline, 33, yes. Okay, so let's thank you for joining, and I hope you can still join me next week. Okay, so see you. If you want to join next week, just
Thank you, sir.
Okay? Sunday, probably. Sunday. Okay? So see you and have a good night.